Okay, let's classify conic sections. To classify a conic section, we basically determine whether it's an ellipse, a hyperbola, a circle, or a parabola. And it's very easy to do this. There's a few things you need to look at, but I will show you how to do this. Basically, you look at your x squared term and your y squared term. If you notice there's only one y squared, also these equations are in standard form. You have to take these and write them in either one of the forms, and we'll go through that in a minute. First, let's classify them. If it has only one y squared term or one x squared term, then you can classify it as a parabola. If it has only one y squared or x squared. For example, this has y squared, but doesn't have an x squared term. It's a parabola. This is going to be a parabola going left or right because you have a y squared term. If it was an x squared term, it would be going up or down. Over here, notice we have an x squared term and a y squared term, so it's not a parabola. Now we look at to see whether it's an ellipse, a circle, or a hyperbola. Well, here, notice we have a positive value here, and we have a positive value here, which is, you don't see it, but it's understood 1. And these values are different. If they're both positive first, I know it's not going to be a hyperbola. They're both positive, it's an ellipse. If one is positive and one is negative, it's going to be a hyperbola. If they're both the same value, then you know it's going to be a circle. That's how you can tell the difference. So here we have a parabola, left or right. Here we have an ellipse. And now let's take both of these, and we're going to have to complete the square to solve them and put them in the correct form, and then we'll go from there. For this one, to isolate the y squared and the y term so we can complete the square, we're going to bring everything to the right side. So now we're going to have y squared minus 12y equals negative 4x minus 4. Okay, and we want to put it in the correct form. We want to complete the square here. If you remember, take negative 12, half of it, which is 6, really negative 6, and then you square negative 6, which gives you 36. So on the left side, I'm going to have y squared minus 12y plus 36. I'm adding 36 on this side, so what do you think I got to do to the other side? You got to add 36 as well. So negative 4x minus 4 plus 36 to keep it balanced. Let's see over here, continue completing the square. We're going to factor that. That's going to factor to y minus 6 squared. It always factors to, if this is minus, this is going to be minus, and these values are going to be the same. Equals, over here, collect like terms. So you got negative 4x. Negative 4 plus 36 is 32. One more step to put it in parabola form. Factor out a negative 4. You're left with x minus 8. And over here, you're left with y. Same thing, I'm just writing it down. Now it's in parabola form. You have a vertex, in this case, of 8, comma 6. Remember, it's h, comma k still. And your p-value, in this case, remember you set negative 4 equal to 4p. So your p-value is going to be negative 1. Since it's negative and it's going left to right, it's going to be going to the left. And this is going to be your vertex where it starts. And I think we already have enough examples on how to graph this. So that's all you would do. You just would graph this particular equation and you go from there. Let's look at the other example. I know this is going to take a while, so we're going to have to go on to the next part.